Cam and Dame ain't letting up. Or should I say, Dame is in his bag right now, and I guess Cam is coming back with something next, man. I don't know, man. This is crazy, man. My two bros, man. And Dame, you know, this is what I'm taking on this one, man. Dame speaking his piece, and it's like he ain't holding no gloves. He ain't taking the gloves off. He's going hard back at Cam. As y'all seen the other one with Cam put up the thing about Dame with his family and stuff. So that would, and it's old. It really ain't nothing that wasn't already in the public. It's something old, but when you try and make jokes about it, I don't know how another man would take it. So it kind of made Dame kind of go full fledged with certain things that a lot of people didn't know about Cam and him. But also, me in my opinion, I could tell Dame kind of hurt that he even have to go through this with Cam, to go back and forth with Cam. He would probably never in his million years think that him and Cam would be going back and forth like that. I wouldn't have neither, man. I wouldn't have neither, man, because of the love and the mutual uh, respect they have for each other, and still do. I'm sure they got respect, but it's all about ego. But I could tell, to me, my opinion, it's like Dame, when you listen to the interview, y'all go to American New on go subscribe to American New, but go to American New on YouTube and check it out if you haven't seen it. But I'm gonna play a little bit right here so y'all can check it out. But yeah, I could tell, like, deep inside he kind of like hurt behind him having to go at Cam like that, man. For real. Ron Boggs was good. And but when somebody say something to you, you gotta back out the corner and come back saying something back. Or if somebody trying to fight you and got you back in the corner, you gotta go ahead and put them and knuckle up and fight back. So Dame kind of took the gloves off and was saying a lot of things with the Cam situation. But I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of it.
I'm like, damn, what if, like, because Cuba's like good at things that you don't know that he'd be like. He might be like a black belt in karate. You gonna be fighting Omar and Cuba Gooding because they roll, they brothers. See, the thing that I used to do and with you was if you had a problem with somebody, then I would go squash it, or they had a problem with me.
I'm gonna let y'all
You
check
know.
it out. Just pay attention.
So when you called me and said that Kevin Hart was bothering you and he teased you too much, I said he knows you're with me. And the next time I saw him, I got out. Yo, Cam, if he ever bothers you again, look at these Uggs right now. Don't you ever put pressure on anybody in my crew again when you're wearing these Uggs. You got them Uggs. Cam, you see him? You see him? Cam, you see him? Don't play with me. Cam. I did you that. Yeah, and his breath stink bad right now. Ask this girl how bad his breath stink right now. This nigga eating mayonnaise gum. I don't know what's going on. On your behalf, he's still mad at me over that.
That's Dame going in on Kevin Hart. I was with Dame at this particular time. We was in LA. We was going to Barney's. I had just came in. They picked me up from the airport, as a matter of fact. Him and Jay Black and his daughter, and who else had Sis, his wife, Rocky. Actually, Rocky the one was filming that segment, and we see Kevin Hart coming walking down the hall. We coming in, and Kevin was on his way going out, and he seen Kevin Hart with some Barney slippers on, man. The boots. I mean, not Barney slippers, the Uggs. The Ugg boots on, man. And he started going crazy on him. So in this part right here, he's saying to Cam, every time somebody always tried to mess with you, I let him know, y'all mess with him, y'all got a problem with me. And then he's using that as an example because he ran into Kevin Hart. And he started going in on Kevin Hart for Cam. That's why I say, Cam, if you ever say something to you again, man, look at this. He wearing Uggs. That's crazy. But we was laughing and joking on him. And to be honest, after that day, he never Dame took his number after Dame stopped joking on him. He was trying to joke on Dame, but Dame wouldn't let him get no jokes in. He was going crazy, everybody laughing. But he could left his exchange numbers. But after that date, he never even really hollered at Dame no more. Kevin Hart, the man didn't holler at Dame, the man that put him on in position, man. And it's like, and not only that, I had a deal for him for Kevin Hart through my brother Johnny. They call him Rambo in New York, but down here we call him Jay-Z, but his name Johnny. But he had a deal on the table for Kevin Hart for 22 million, I think, to do a movie. So I called Dame. I'm like, and they wanted Dame to direct it. I called Dame and told Dame, they Jay got somebody on standby. Vesta want to put up the money for to do one of the movies that he wrote. They want you to direct it. They want Kev to to star in it. If he sign sign one of the sheet saying that he would actually partake in the movie, then they'll release the funds. And he was like, I'll call him, man, but he ain't been answering my call since I snapped and joked on him on that day at Barney's, man. He's like, man, that nigga ain't trying to help nobody, man. So I'm like, wow. So he been mad at him since. So Dame basically saying, ever since I joked on him that day, he ain't really answered me yet. But I was really defending you, Cam, for him snapping and joking on you all the time. That's what Dame is basically breaking down in that part of the segment. Ron Borg said facts. I said the same thing. That Dame was hurt having to talk about Cam. They both need to chill. They the home team. Now that's a fact, man. I was as I'm analyzing this joint right here, I'm like, damn, man. It sound more like my bro hurt behind him having to say all this stuff to Cam. Somebody said they done let the G's in the door. Said Dame won this round. Major, what's up? Yeah, he went crazy this round, man. Especially the part with he said Snoop Dogg. Cam was sitting there with Snoop Dogg or something, and he started saying the parts. Hold up, y'all gotta hear it, man.
But again,
If
if
y'all ain't hear it,
somebody's
y'all
saying
gotta
shit
go over
about
there.
me, you go and get money with them. Well, that's fine, but it's just not how I get down and how I've never got down like that with you. The way we got back, because I heard untalking and you know, I don't know, yeah, y'all did that thing and y'all said you guys fucking with shit, but I went to the side and me, you and Joe and Jim had a real conversation about it's us versus them. Don't disrespect me in front of them. That was our conversation.
But you know you could be. But yeah, man, this is a deep one right here, and it's crazy, man, that we gotta see our people that was once
But the
brothers
way we reconnected after that was because you
go at each other, man. And I don't know how they even got to this, but every time I listen to it, look at it, I just shake my head, man, because I said Dame really looked like he felt bad about the situation. Y'all normally know how Dame he gonna be talking cocky. Like if he going to somebody, he really just really sitting breaking it down, and I'm just watching the emotions of how he playing it out. But it's deep. He feeling Cam will go and get money with somebody once he's seeing that. Even though he know that Dame don't rock with him, then he'll still go rock with him. He say introduce Cam to the people with the G5 weed strand over there in Vegas. I remember he was doing that strand over there. He was around here. No, he had just left from being out here in North Carolina with me and my bro Jay Black. Then he went back to LA. Then he started going to Vegas and was helping them put the strand together. And he brought Cam in. I remember him telling me he gonna bring Cam in with whatever. So the guys fell out, and Dame basically saying that Cam went and got cool with them. So it's like, damn, a lot of people in the comments is going crazy too, man. Let me see.
Never expect me to be this person.
Right there,
Like,
that part.
if you're gonna do something that's funny on TV, you can't get mad if your crew laughs or people that know you because it's funny. So I saw Snoop Dogg on your show and he said, "What's my motherfucking name?" And you sang the girl part. You said, "Pause." Snoop Doggy Dog.
Nigga, I
If
ain't
no one
him
teased
saying
you
with the
around,
tilted brim. What's my motherfucking name? Snoop Doggy Dog.
if no one teased you around for that, then that's not harsh.
Wow, man. He wilding on Cam with that one. They going back and forth using footage. Wow. I never even knew that Snoop was on that show. I didn't get to see that episode, man. I like to try to support, Cam show as much as I can, man. Get to see that episode. But damn, they going back and forth. That's crazy. Mr. Walter White, what up? What's goody? In here dissecting this Dame Dash interview, man.
And if you get mad at the jokes, that's not fair, bro. Stay home about it. If you want to do shit like that, let niggas laugh.
So what he's saying is Cam getting mad at the jokes that he's saying is meaning the one when he said 50 pat you on the hip, and he said he called Cam and let him know what he was about to say. But Cam basically saying he didn't say what he's saying. He ain't saying um he didn't say it how he told him he was gonna say it, should I say. And that's what made Cam mad and start coming at him the way he is. But we gonna finish listening, man.
I know you're mad because I said 50-50 patted you. Why? He didn't pat you on the ass, pause. He patted you on the hips. Either way, my advice to you is don't let another man pat you on your hips. That's advice. Also, if you sitting with someone that's fucking with me or saying things about me, I do expect you to actually have a conversation with them about it and make them stop. But that's not where you're from. But this is what I would always do for you. And if you do something funny, like let another man smack you on the hip, I mean, again, the Queen of Harlem was like, because the thing I didn't get was I called you and told you I was going to say something, but you weren't man enough to tell me you didn't want me to say nothing. So Queen was like, yo, you should have known better. But he told me that he was all right. So you're going to agree to be all right and then talk about me on another platform instead of calling me and telling me. And then when I text you, you're going to curve me?
See, and that's when he was saying that he he told Cam what he was gonna do, and then Cam get mad, and then he said when Cam get mad after talking about him, he tried to call Cam, and then he said Cam curved him. And see, that's wild right there, man. And then they kind of contradict what Cam say. How somebody gonna talk? He put it in the comments. I mean, he put up a video with Dame and his kids, and then say, if you can't talk to your kids, how could somebody else talk to you? But if you ain't answering the phone, how would you know what the person gonna say or how a person gonna talk? So that kind of contradicts that video, and that type of response back to Dame from Cam, if that be the case. Major Game, what up? Major Game um said Dame represented with class. Yeah, I must give it that one too, man. Like how he said it, and said his things that might be hurtful to Cam, but he said it with class. He didn't say it like real mockery. But when it's talked about you gonna still look at it another way anyway. So yeah, I get it. He did do it with class. He did do it with class, man. But damn, man. I never saw this one cover, y'all, but we'll finish listening to some of this Dame stuff.
Because I want to speak to you like a man. I call British. I spoke to PT. And now this is going to be one of the last things I'm going to get to in this moment because I got other shit to do. And I have more things I wanted to say, but I'll say them later. Because I'm sure you're going to say something back. But I'm quite.
If you find yourself,
Hold on, y'all. We're about to get to it. Hold on, y'all. Major Game said Dame always on man time.
That thing, I felt that you were capping as it relates to the honor up thing. But I want to see you step up your production. If you have a platform, if you're on Revolt, if someone's giving you some bread, if you're going to be a creative and talk about other creatives, you need to be more creative. I want to see a hit record. If someone steps to you for a battle, rap wise, take that shit because now you're playing jokes at 50, at taking, that wasn't to me something I would have advised, at least, especially in this moment. You know, so let's see the music.
He's speaking about by saying that instead of Cam being, battle somebody with music, he playing jokes like the one the flying Omar Gooden flying him out. And he said at this day and time right now, I wouldn't even play with nothing like that, flying another person out. And I'm gonna let y'all hear him say it, what he's saying.
Let's see you make a movie, and now that you have some bread, you finally caught this lick to where now that you got a platform, you're finding every excuse in the world not to pass no plugs to the extent that you're making shit up to me. And if you have something to say, I don't respect it unless you call me. We're not gonna fist fight. We're brothers. Talk to me like a man. Talking about me to me without calling me and you have the opportunity to is not the thing I want you to teach the rest of these children. I don't want the children to think that they should be taking their problems in public when they can talk to their friends.
That's deep.
Just because you can monetize that doesn't make it okay, bro. So I don't respect it, and I know that no one around you respects what you're doing when you do those things because they're from Harlem. And when
Y'all make sure y'all drop some comments in the comment section. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. If you're new up here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button and notification so you know when I'm up here, man. This one getting deep. He said Cam don't pass no plugs or nothing. What y'all think? What y'all think about it? But we gonna finish listening to what he say.
talk to them, you know what the vibe is when it comes to you? You know how Cam is, he's sensitive. That's what everybody said. You know, my cousin was bringing up the other day when you came up and you did this dumb shit before we had a conversation, he was crying. So I was like, I don't want to see the man cry. I give you so much grace, but you've been different ever since well, let's do this. Because you're sitting next to Larry, right? I introduced you to Larry.
My name is Larry Smith, co-owner of G5 Cultivation in Las Vegas, Nevada. G5 Cultivation is one of the first African-American owned cultivations that's licensed by the state of Nevada in Clark County. So I actually met Dame Dash through my main man, Jack Thriller. Dame has been more of a mentor than...
So he's saying he met homie and homie giving up mass props to Dame. Hold up.
By me letting him in the cannabis world, I told him I needed to be in the movie world. That's one of my passions.
I brought you to Las Vegas and introduced you to Larry while we were making the 8-track record, right? That's another project we did that actually was on the radio, but for some reason we didn't want to promote that. But we had concerts at like Terminal 6 and all this shit that you never did before. But for some reason we didn't want to promote that either. I just don't know why, but I did it because I didn't want to see your legacy go. That's why I always tried to help you because the things that you do great, the only thing I've seen you do other that's been since me.
What I can say is he's going in on him and giving him props all at the same time, giving Cam props all at the same time. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a brotherly love thing, man. And it sounds like he more hurt than anything, man. Just listening to my bro, man. Talk to Cam, man. Major Major Game said Dame told Cam, "You didn't have a hit record since Rockefeller, and haven't had a good movie role since Paid in Full." I mean, that's what Major just said. I mean, uh, if y'all drop a comment in there, if y'all think Major said something wrong, man. What other roles did Cam have after Paid in Full? He had his Killer Season. Uh, whatever. Somebody just named some other movie supposed to be like a comedy style movie, but they said they didn't like it. But
That's been something that's been crazy is what you're doing now, talking about me and other people. But since then, I haven't seen none. But again, I brought you around Larry in Vegas because I was working out there with the weed company. And he was like how he's your sidekick right now. On the side, he was on the sidekick for me. I'll show you the footage.
Yolanda
And
Wheeler
you remember
was
this.
goody.
What happened was Larry and I and Muddy Waters, the people that are suing me now, we all threw down on a movie.
Yes,
And
Nova,
there
what's
was
up from
a
Morocco?
disagreement of some sort. And this is the reason why I have all these lawsuits now. And I don't like the way Larry did his business and he hung up on me. So everyone.
So Dame saying that he had a problem with the Larry dude, which he introduced him, the Cam to the Larry dude, and when they fell out, basically Cam still continued doing business with him. So what he's trying to point out is, if you my bro and we tight, and I introduce you to somebody, you ain't supposed to just be doing no business with the guy. If we loyal to each other, I'm not doing nothing with nobody if I'm loyal to this person. I just can't. Even though if I want to, and I might get money from it. I ain't gonna do that on the strength of this my bro. When he wrong, I tell him in the back he was wrong or whatever. But I still gotta roll with him. That's just how it's supposed to go. Period. But I don't know the outs of how it may go with why Cam did what he did. Maybe Cam got a good reason, so I can't say that. But this is what Dame is saying. So we gonna finish. Yes or no said love, bro. Just coincidental came on your stream. May Allah bless you. I appreciate you, bro. Please subscribe for me, homie, and hit that like button. I appreciate you. Blessings to you. Yes or no. Major Game said Killer Season. That's it. And Dame said you didn't produce it. And he didn't produce Killer Season. Wow. Damn. Let's finish saying some more of this Dame stuff. Wow.
I brought around Larry. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking with Larry. But you decided, nah, I'm gonna fuck with him anyway. And then, because we were supposed to be doing pink mink weed, y'all decided to do business without me. That's called backdooring somebody.
Wow.
And I want you to tell me about your loyalty game. How that's loyal. How much shit I've stood up for you, but when somebody disrespects me, you still work with them, they become your best friend. And you have a show, you have a platform. Larry, you could tell your side. Pam, you tell your side. But you tell me how that's any kind of loyal or Harlem loyal. Because Daniel was like, yo, that's your man. I mean, that was your man. You introduced me to him. You ain't fucking with him. I'm not fucking with him. You never have that attitude. And now you're being nice to everybody in the podcast industry that you used to diss all day long. But now conveniently, because you've seen the light and you know how to get money with them, now this is your new family.
Wow. Wow. Yolanda Willis said, on the real, I love Dame. He is really taking the high road with Cam. Yeah, he going crazy right now, man. He saying basically Danny had said something about if you ain't rocking with the dude, I ain't rocking with the dude. I want to say Daniel was over there with him, supposed to did something with him, with that same dude he talking about. Well, he's saying Cam wouldn't say, um, or Cam wouldn't react to it that same way. He would actually go and do business with the other person. This is what Dame is saying right now. But we're finished listening.
I would think when you get to this plug, you would pass them because every single plug I've ever had, I passed.
He's saying Cam don't pass the plug. He said every plug he had, he put Cam with the plugs, and Cam don't pass no plugs. But let's finish listening.
Every single one, and you never passed one plug. I put you in paid in full. I put you on Rockefeller. I put you with Larry.
You're planning to build.
Yolanda said Dame is not a company man, but a majority of these other dudes are. Yeah, I just told somebody that the other day that they, a lot of other people took corporate.
Even the best picture you ever took with that pink.
But we don't take the corporate route. You're doing the independent move. You do independent move. You ain't got to worry about corporate people snatching the rug from up under you. It might take longer to get what you need to be done, but it will get done one way or the other. If it don't get done, you just keep moving at it. When you with corporate, they control whatever you're doing. As soon as you make them mad, pull the rug up under you, they start all this stuff that you be seeing what happens to a lot of these people, like such as Puff and a few other people, man. They start doing little playing dirty games and playing with a person's life. So yeah, staying independent keep you safe. That's a fact.
I brought you to Fashion Week and had someone take that picture. I was with you on your best interview. The one where you mad, that was you and me that did that. And you called me to make sure that that interview went right. That's why I was there. You tried to, so I don't understand why you're not saying those things. And on another level, why are you not saying that you in your lifetime have never ever seen me struggle? You name one time you ever walked up on me and said Dave needs help. That you saw me with dirty sneakers or a fucked up car or living wrong and never did not having a staff. Name one time you walked up on me and I didn't have a staff.
And this is what I told somebody the other day that all the times when people was with Dame just disappeared when him and Jay-Z broke up, everybody said Dame Dash is broke and all of the above. He was over in China with an art gallery. When he came back from China, he had an art gallery in in Houston, New York, and then he had one in L.A. Actually, me and Jay Black went over to L.A. to get with him, hang out with him. He had his house in Malibu with the big movie theater in it and all that. Then he had the other one in damn, Sherman Oaks. And that's the one where me and Black would, and he got that house to be close to his kids. And this is around the time everybody talk about he broke. And this other house had the pool in the middle of it, had the chefs in there, had the masseuse in there getting massages, man. And I'm like, damn, this what they said. If he was broke, then this how I want to be broke. But they ain't never ever missed a beat with nothing, and definitely without a staff. And even around COVID, before you come in the house, the maids got to come let you in. You got to go blow in the thing before you could go up inside of the building and all that inside of his house. And this was a whole other house a couple years later. So he ain't never been without a staff or without none of that. And I know that for a fact because I was always over back and forth, over there, back and forth, over there, over here, over there, over here. That's a fact.
Pause. How much footage I have? How many houses have I beat you in ping pong at? And I didn't own those houses. They were in LA. How am I gonna own something and own the government $20 million? What that doesn't make sense.
Right.
That's a fact. Yolanda said, "Trust me, Boosie. Dame is winning. That's why these guys can't keep his name out their mouth. Dame is just defending himself. Facts all day long. He's definitely defending himself. And anybody that got their own money and their own movement and paying their own bills and they ride with no worries in the world, got their own pool in their yard, or even a river in the back and all that stuff, definitely ain't losing all day long. You know how many people will want to be losing like that if that was a word? Losing with mansions and houses and I mean and pools and all, like, don't even make sense. People just caught up with the media with people saying all this dumb ignorant stuff, man. And I'm not speaking about Cam, I'm just speaking about people in general that want to speak things. Whatever him and Cam got, that's on them on a personal note. And whatever they might know about each other, that's on that. I don't know. But I'm here reacting to what he's saying because some things do make sense. And this here is a lesson to people in my audience to see when two brothers go at it and or should not even be going at it. But some things is just made to be heard, man. It is what it is, man. Major Game said, "That's boss talk for real. I got a staff, pools, and chefs. Facts."
So, I just don't understand this new camp.
That's definitely boss talk, homie.
And Sin, you're right there. And I wanted to publicly apologize to you because I know I was a little abusive toward you when we were young. But I do want to say that I did give you the opportunity when I was like in my late 40s. You went and trained. You came to my house. I was like, go buy some gloves. And I went outside
And
and
he
gave
got the
you a fair
footage.
one.
Y'all
You
gotta go
caught me in
see
my
it.
ribs once or twice. I'm 46. You do get, but I definitely put leather on your face. And then I made my son put leather on your face.
Damn.
So I just know that, that I'm not going to be all right
He's
with
showing the
this.
footage of the boxing
But I want
match.
you to ask Cam, does he feel like his relationship with the way he's approaching things, especially with Larry? Because I love Larry's family. When I go to Vegas, I still talk to his son and his ex, I don't know if it's his ex or whatever, but his wife.
El
I love his
Blizz.
family. He took care of my son, even though I didn't
Yeah,
want him
they
to,
ain't
but he
talking
did it
to
anyway.
Cam. That's a fact.
But I want you to ask Cam if he thinks the way he carried the situation with Larry, and Larry, you're on the show, talk about how that was loyal to do business behind my back. Then y'all called me, told me, oh, we sold the company and I'm gonna send you some bread. You did,
Damn.
you know? And Cam, the only time you ever given me any money other than that
Salute.
50, where I
Salute,
had to
Blaze.
ask for it, is because they had shut one of my accounts down and I had to pay for something. I asked you, let me get 10,000 real quick so I can pay you. You said that I sent you 5 back, but then you ran off and, ran off with Larry and we never really got to communicate. So as soon as possible, I'm gonna get you that 5 back so you don't do that unshit on me. But
Damn.
At Shane Company.
Yo, man. Yolanda said, yo, Boosie, my people from Harlem. I know a lot about Harlem. I used to hang out on 115th and 5th. Oh, word. Yeah, that's over there by Foster. You over there by Foster Projects. That's what's up. This a deep one, y'all. I don't even know how to take it, man. He really took the gloves off on Cam with
and
this
then
one.
after the thing with Larry,
Said that
it seems like you just
they sold the cannabis company that he was a part of, and Dane wasn't even going over there no more dealing with them, but he still was a part of the company. He said they sold the company, told him that they're gonna send him some money, and they never sent the money. That's wild. Let's finish listening.
change. You start doing things different. Like when I saw you on the stage with Homeboy, y'all both dressed up like the FOI. Y'all both had on bow ties, and no disrespect to FOI at all. But I was very surprised to see you perform on that man in B-sides dressed alike. And I was wondering if he
You're talking
required
about
you to
Jay
dress like
Z
that.
with Cam over there with
But
Jay,
also I was thinking,
wearing a
well,
bow
he
tie
was
and a
going to
suit,
perform on one of Cam's show.
dressed the
I would
same
bet
white
that
Jay.
man made you perform at his B-side show in the club in a bow tie. And he never performed at anything you've ever done. So if he does it now, I don't care. I think he should. But I do feel like, that just wasn't no Harlem shit to be dressed up like a nigga in a bow tie. that you supposedly beefing with, and you didn't get to the garden or no Beyonce and none of that. You did the B-sides. And I remember you like, I would never do that with the state property, did show up to the B-side, but you did it. Everything I'm seeing you tease other people for doing, you are now doing.
Damn.
And one more thing,
He's saying Jake Cam was up there wearing a bow tie. He said Jay-Z made you wear a bow tie. But he said, dude, he didn't say Jay name. He said he made you wear a bow tie and a suit. And you used to say you would never wear that like State Property did and do a B-side I guess performance with him. He said he never got on stage with you and never did. He said if he do now, it is what it is. Maybe he should, but damn. Major Game said Jay-Z did the same thing when he sold Rockaway for 209 million and cut Dame out. It's crazy. Yeah, that's deep.
that I want to put in perspective is you also brought up me saying that Kanye had dog horse shit in his house and you have dog shit. I did say that. And you got the, and again, very strategically, you didn't tell the context of the conversation, right? Number one, I was upset because we did honor up. You were in LA. Kanye threw me, a party, a screening, and all the most important people in Hollywood were there at the time. He was still in good standing. RZA was there. All these people were there, right? I'm talking about everybody was there. And for some reason, you got so offended because of his security process that you left. And what I was saying is you mess up so much money for the stupidest things that you were supposed to be Kanye. You were supposed to have.
And this is what I was telling somebody the other day. They were saying, well, Kanye ain't promote the movie. I told him Kanye did a premiere for Honor Up at his house. He had an AMC theater in his house. And I guess RZA was there. That's who the person I couldn't remember. RZA was there. Pusha T was there. It was a few big wigs up in there, and Kanye promoted it. And I want to say it touched TMZ and all that. So Kanye did reach out and do something. This was to one of the guys or somebody that was in my comments asking me saying that Kanye didn't, and I had to let him know Kanye did. That's a fact. So that's all day long. The facts and the truth.
The money that Kanye had from rapping, but you would never get your show together. Now you are starting to perform with a band, but having 100 niggas on stage don't work. And fashion. And he was the one. I'm mad at you that Kanye's the one that's the anchor of making the most money from Rockefeller. And I chose you. And I was like, this nigga got horse shit in his house and you got dog shit in your house. I was angry because it was another stupid reason to fuck up money. But now that you're doing things so politically correct, you're dissing me. And I'm wondering why and what changed and how much it costs for you to go and do this for a living.
And see, this the part right here. This the part right here where I'm saying, where he's saying that he's changed. He wondering why Cam changed. Why Cam changed and all that. He's trying to figure it out. And it's sad. Yolanda just said, I hate to see two good dudes air their business out on the internet, but I understand sometimes you have to let people know, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Your nephew, what's up, man? I'm still alive. I'm
And
finished
in this
listening,
moment,
y'all.
that's all I have to say. And I'm saying it without teeth. And I'm sure that you'll leverage this to make some money for revolting yourself and whatever you do. But I do want you to, explain these things. Ask your peers around you if what I'm saying is crazy. if you were sensitive, overly sensitive. If, you know, doing, like, when I introduce you to somebody and you go do business behind my back, is that backdooring? Was there a lot of damage done to Rockefeller because you prematurely talked about a private conversation? That's not cool. That's goofy. And it does seem like, based on the fact that you're not helping ever, it's always some way to hurt me and laugh it off. What, didn't you hate me all this time? Did I tease you too much to get you right? You know? But you have to admit, um, this narrative of me talking about homeboy every day, I stopped talking for 30 to like maybe 3 or 4 months. Every day I've heard my name out of everybody's mouth that says I talk about homeboy and homeboy's name all day long. So I think the narrative should be stop talking about Damon so much if you don't want to hear Damon talk. Why are y'all talking about me all?
And this the stuff that I be telling people, like, man, I done been with him, we on interviews and we in radio stations and they be wanting to start asking about Jay and he be like, man, I don't want to talk about Jay, man. Let's talk about something else. And you know, I'm gonna be honest, you know, the interview will go on, and then, you know, being that Jay was a pivotal in his life, part of his life, he had to, you know, they'll come back to a question that to ask him about Jay or mention it. At some point he has to say something about it, but he never really goes in on Jay like out of his mouth because he want to, or saying something that's disrespectful. Now, if he has been disrespectful towards Jay in the past with certain things or on other platforms when it was fresh or even a little bit afterwards, I mean, so be it. It might have happened, but like he said, he pushed himself to stop, and I'm just defending it because I was there when I heard him several occasions tell him I don't want to talk about none of that, man. Let's talk about something else. I got a lot of other things that I got going on. So that's basically what he's saying, and if, as y'all can know, as y'all can listen, man, you could really hear in his voice, man. It's like I gotta do this, man, but I don't want to really, man. But you can hear he still the love he got for Cam, but it's like I can't let you play with me, and that's what I'm hearing from Dame right now.
I'm sure there's some things that happened after Rockefeller that were cool. But I know that I'm probably the most influential person in every person's life that talks about me. And I love all of y'all. No problems. Every podcaster now seems mostly they used to be Rockefeller. So Joe Buttons was a Rockefeller, Noriega was a Rockefeller, Camron was a Rockefeller. I used to manage Children of the Corn that Mace was in, and I tried to sign Gilly, but you know, niggas stopped it. Um, who else? They're all Rockefeller. It's like the Rockefeller podcast. And now Bleak. And again, Bleak, you too. You know, we made a deal, you were gonna start talking about me, but you still say your little slick shit. It's cool. I love you. But you're working hard. I see you really out there hustling. You and me know both. If you hustled this hard back then you wouldn't have to be hustling this hard now.
Damn.
Instead of talking about homeboy, I believe we'd be talking about you.
What he said is all the artists that's popping with podcasts right now was signed to Rockefeller back then. Joe Buttons, he signed him. Nori, he tried to sign Gilly, but it didn't happen. Cam right now, he said now even Bleak. All those are the Rockefeller podcasters, man. That's big though. But it just goes to show you a lot of places he had put his hand on things, and a lot of people is successful at it, man. So ain't nothing wrong with that. And I wish everybody success. Period, man. It's just I hate that two bros is going through that, man. That's corny, man. Out in the public. Yolanda Willis said Dame is a real one, bro. They will see what makes you laugh, will make you cry. That's a fact. I'm a firm believer in that. That just goes without saying anywhere. Not even got nothing to do with this. Just period. Bro Williams, what's good? You at the airport. That's what's up. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that's what he's saying, man. So yeah, I guess we'll finish the last little bit, man.
Same thing with Cam, same thing with Joe Buttons, same thing with Nori. But now everyone's retired from rapping professionally, and now they're all doing talk shows or podcasts. Disrespect, you found your lick, but my first impression of y'all were rock stars, people that laughed at the press, you know, just against the grain, do whatever you want. That was that Harlem shit. And I'm still on that type of time. And again, you tell me if any one of y'all niggas talking about me ever paid $20 million. But what I do notice is when my family office pays a lot of money, like over $500,000 in taxes, and when we pay our judgments, the family office, that's not in the paper. No one talks about that, and neither will I. But you know,
And that's what I be saying. Like a lot of podcasters always talk negative stuff when they hear the negative stuff, and they know. And I get it. People don't want to hear nothing positive. They want to hear somebody talking about somebody. It's just like when we was in school. You say it's gonna be a fight after school. Everybody breaking their neck to get outside and make sure they don't miss it. Always the negative stuff. If somebody about to graduate or got an honor roll A, nobody don't break their neck to see the paper or the honor roll, the A's that they got or whatever. Nobody don't break their neck for that. It is what it is. Somebody donating to charity and going to schools and speaking, they don't talk about none of that on the podcast. Nobody will never want to know nothing about that either. So I get why people don't, but still, make a segment sometime for it. It just would be a slow one and then pick it back up with whatever the gossip they talk about. That's just that. But it's crazy, man. Major Game said Cam switched up after having success with that gossip show. He said the gossip show. It's a podcast, homie. We ain't gonna go in on him like that. But that's what basically Dave said. Major Game said exactly something of substance. That's a fact. But we know what wins the gossip, man. So yeah.
that's what I have to say. Um, and I love all of y'all. Y'all my brothers, and hopefully we can make a lot of money off this. And this is what y'all choose to do. I guess this is what it is. But do remember, I will have teeth next week. How?
All right. Major Game said it's important.
NeuroPro gently supports a gentle start.
It's important to keep a balance, and that's a fact. Very important. But most podcasters don't do it because they more focus on numbers instead of balancing out, get a weak number here and there, then get back to it with the gossip or the trash that everybody else want to hear. So to just keep it even, I get it. So a lot of people don't want to give nobody their props for good stuff. People's 212, what up? But yeah, y'all can hear it in Dane's voice, man. He ain't really want to go there. Salute, people's 212, 212. But this is what happens when family members go at each other on the live internet. And everybody be in it, man. I would have read off some comments, man, but I got things to do, man. I just wanted to chime in with y'all to chop it up and let y'all see what's going on out there and give my little breakdown of it. Major Game say, I get it, your money, but don't ish on other people who looked out for you. Now that's a fact. All day long. That's one thing I just can't do. And Dame always looked out for me. Shit, man, him go at it about about certain stuff that we'll see eye to eye on. But end of the day, I ain't gonna keep going back and forth, and I would never get to a point where I'm gonna be wilding and all that with my homie, especially somebody that looked out for. That goes for anybody. I got him in a unique mega audio. It's my bro. Look out for me. I ain't going back and forth with him. We say a few words and say a few things, and But we ain't doing all of that. We ain't never even putting ourselves in the position to do so. Cause my brother and the brotherly love is more important than anything, man. For real. All right, Ro Williams. Have a safe flight, bro. For real. Major game. Stay up, homie. I appreciate all y'all, man. If you new, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification button so you know I'm up here. And please, everybody, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. And I'll be back. Ro Williams, man. Safe flight, bro. 1.